both of my parents worked. My mom worked 2 jobs. She banquet waitressed at night. My brother and I were in charge of making dinner a few nights a week, cleaning up. We did our own laundry. We were very self-sufficient. Mm-hmm. So by the time I left, it wasn't like a big deal.
Yeah, you didn't want to go in a fucking house with a bunch of,
no,
young idiots.
I knew how to food shop for myself. I knew how to stretch my money. I knew how to spend, $20 on whatever I needed to. And I had a crock pot and that gave me food the entire week.
Yep.
I knew how to do it. And they prepared us for that. So point being was I always worked in restaurants at night. Restaurants, bars, whatever. There was a point where I decided to pursue my restaurant career a little bit later in life. And I worked for a few different corporations and I worked my way up to general manager.
Which corporations?
I worked for the Cheesecake Factory.
All right.
And I was a general manager for Ruby Tuesdays.
They have like an orange chicken there. It's good.
Oh, it's so good. Their food, I gotta tell you,
right?
Their food is unbelievable. It's a scratch kitchen. I mean, it's wild.
Is it orange chicken? Am I saying that right?
Yeah. I think it's Mandarin orange chicken.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't remember actually.
It was
I should
delicious.
probably know that.
Yeah, it was actually very good.
It's delicious.
But yeah, obviously I don't go out to the Freehold Mall. No one goes to malls anymore. But
No.
anytime we're out there, I'm like, Pete, let's just stop and it's easy.
Yeah.
And it's good.
There was a point where I was a general manager. I finally worked my way up, finally got the big gig, and I absolutely hated it. I hated it. I was miserable. I was off. I'll never forget. This was a pinnacle moment for me. I was at a bar on a Sunday with, my close friends and family, and I was just getting call after call after call after call. And one of my very close friends, who he cuts your hair. I had talked to him a bunch of times. He was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go to school. And he decided to do it. And at that moment, I was always super, super intrigued after I got my first real haircut, which I'll tell you about. And I was like, you know what? I looked at my wife and I was just the red in my eyes. I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I was like, and I'm going to become a barber. And I just threw my hands up in the air let's see, it was 12 years ago. I'm almost 40. And I was like, I'm going to do it. And I went to school and I was a general manager of the restaurant still. So I was able to control the schedule. So I did all day shifts. I went to school at night. Got my license, and I became a barber, and it was the best thing that I ever did.